Hey, YouTube, Dan Audible here, coming at you with a non-Excel team that, so I got up to 2945, and then I mentioned I got hard counted 4 times, and I dropped to like 2880-ish. And then I think it's because Yonkis and maybe Tho also put out a team with Bastidon on the lead that I had as well. I guess great minds think alike. So then I was just getting like Obstagoons and other counter leads, and I just dropped like to 2700. So then I'm like, okay, let's just mess around with teams. I tried to make a other Pokemon. I tried to make Noctowl work. It just didn't work because there's too many Reggies in this. So then I got down to 2678 as you're seeing, and then I put this team together. And this team is what I'm calling this team is super well rounded that also all have one move for registeel. And that's kind of how that's why I really like this team. So it's non-Excel for starters. I'm using Shadow and Nidoqueen. You don't need to use Shadow. So non-Excel, you have Nidoqueen, which is, again, great for fairies, uh, just neutral situations, Poison Jab, Poison Fang, Strong, and Earth Power for your registeel coverage. Uh, Toxicroak is actually a really sneaky pick. Like the counter mud bombs spam real fast. Also, obviously, counter mud bombs good for registeel. And then you have the Earthquake on your Walrein for Registeel there, plus Powder Snow Icicle Spear for your flyers and just grass there. So I like the team overall. You are double weak to Psychic with Nidoqueen and Toxicroak. There aren't really too many pure Psychic Pokemon, right? Like Metachamp gives you a bit of trouble, right, if it's running Psychic, but the Poison Jab, Poison Fangs add up pretty quickly. Uh, but outside of Medicham and Diaz can throw Psychic, but like the counters are resisted for both Nidoqueen and Toxicroak, so it's not too bad of a matchup if you just shield like the first Psycho Boost, right? So let's get into the team example here. So Nidoqueen lead here again. You can't Nidoqueen. I stay in like just neutral matchups because you don't like giving up switch is not what you want to do here. So I'm willing to shield once and just take this down to the one shield. Or maybe I'll even double shield so I come out with energy and keep switch advantage. That's not a bad scenario either. So I'm going to hit this here. I think they're going to have to, yeah, they do shield. And I think I outpace. I don't know if they were getting to a move or not. So I throw here just because I don't know the counts because hit them with this. So I'm going to take switch if they let this go. And they do let it go. If I take switch and out comes their Toxicroak. And this is why having switch advantage is kind of important for this team. Um, just because you have one that's going to be very weak to like trevenant, Sableye, and so that's where your Walrein comes in to deal with that. And then you're going to have one that's going to have a bit of trouble with fighters. So that's where your Toxicroak comes in. So I shield up one on the Toxicroak just to grab a shield here. And now that it's low enough, like Toxicroak's a little glassy, right? So just put it within Icicle Spear range. That's all you need to do. This will probably take it out. It does. And what is left in the back? Shadow Vic. Goodbye, Shadow Vic. So Walrein obviously is a beast in this league. Toxicroak, why I used Toxicroak was because I went against Toxicroak against a Sableye, and even though counters resisted and Mud Bomb doesn't do much, you you stay in the matchup longer than you expect to. And I'm fine with using Toxicroak as a counter, which because what you're gonna see right here, it resists, not resist, it's neutral to Fairy because you're half Sludge. Hit this with the Sludge Bomb. This is not gonna hit me right away with the Psycho Boost. So now I'm out of Mud Bomb. So now I just hit Deox with a Sludge Bomb counters, and now Mud Bomb they need to shield. So Toxicroak in the mid game just took a shield advantage. So it's Psycho Boost me, that's fine. I'm gonna come in Nidoqueen, just get a head on energy. I'll shield the first Psycho Boost because now they are now 4 times lowered. So even if they get to a third Psycho Boost, which you're going to see they do get to a third Psycho Boost, they're 4 times lowered. It is still super effective, so there's not much you can do there, but it is 4 times lowered. I will take a 4 times lower Psycho Boost. That is okay. Still does an okay amount of damage here because Shadow Nidoqueen. But out comes the Lapras, so now I can hit this with the Earth Power here. This will take it out if they don't shield because they're both Shadow. They do shield, so there comes the Walrein. And they're not getting out here. And I'm like, okay, they either are going to bait, or they're just going to, what I would do is just throw the Skull Bash, try and grab a shield, or do significant damage. So I shield, and they do what I would have done is Skull Bash me just to try and grab the shield. And so they grab the shield, so we're even shields, and out comes an Azum roll. So this is not bad because it's going to take 2 Play Rough to take me out. It's going to take 2 plus Earthquakes to take them out. The switch clock is coming up. So basically, what I'm going to do is try and time and catch. Um, I'm just not going to throw a move here. what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try. Oh, I may have to throw the icicle spear if my switch clock isn't up. My switch clock is up, so I'm gonna get in here, start spamming. They're gonna have to throw, so I'm gonna take them out. But now I can just come in, powder snow, get to an earthquake before they get to. Oh, I did take it out. Yeah, that was kind of a weird timer situation. Like if you take it out, it like automatically brings it in. I was not expecting that, but hit him with the earthquake. Lapras does not go down even though it's a shadow, which is very surprising, but good game there. Nidoqueen into Vic. So Nidoqueen is half ground, right? So you take neutral from this situation. So you're going to outpace them, but these Shadow Vic Razor Leaves are going to take you out before you get to a next move here. But damage is done. Take it down quite a lot. That is okay. And I come Toxicroak because I am half poison, but I'm not taking the neutral here. And I don't know if they froze or they were just in shock. I remember, I remember this happened. I was like, did they just lag or they were just like so confused at what happened? So out comes the Metachamp. And here's what I'm talking about. Metachamp is a little tricky for the back line, but Sludge Bomb takes it low. It's very similar to how I played the Deox matchup. Sludge Bomb, they're not going to shield the first one. They almost never do. It takes them low enough that they're now within Mud Bomb range. So now if they want to survive, they're going to have to shield here. And they have energy, so I'm guessing they do shield. So they do shield. I'm just going to switch right away because I know they have Ice Punch. Out comes the Bastiodon. So again, you don't have an amazing matchup here because these are doing super effective with these. What's the Rock type move? What the Rock type move? So what I need to do is I need to make sure that I do not give this Metachamp farm. So it would be you have one or two options. You can just build up to. I'm basically just gonna. You can build up to 100 energy, and then throw. But what I'm doing is I'm gonna throw the icicle spear because I know it's not gonna take it out, and then I'm gonna make sure that I only have like one counter, maybe two counters left. So take this out. It looks like I'm only one counter away, so Metachamp does not get a farm here. Get the counter through. I'm gonna have to shield. I do shield. If I remember, they get to a second move anyways. They just get second move. I just need to survive. It's an ice punch. It's non-stab. And we do survive 1 HP. That counter registered. Good game. Walrein, again, tough lead with ice. You have to come in your own ice. This is double fairy. Yep. Walrein double fairy was one of my couple losses on the day because I tried the Noctowl team this morning. 2 sets did not work. Switched to another team, didn't work, and then I did these last 2 sets. So I had 2 losses. One really, really just stupid plays, and then this one. And this one was double fairy. There's not much I could do. Walrein double fairy. Um, Come back in with Nidoqueen. They throw a move, and I'm like, okay, Toxicroak's gonna have to try and run here. So I just let it go. Do I shield this one up, or do yeah, okay, I shield one up just in case. Like, because I don't know what's in the back. I assumed it was gonna be double fairy there if that was their first move here. So I'm just auto here. The good news is again, fairy is neutral, but the problem is you are very glassy as Toxicroak. So this team is a little glassy. Like Nidoqueen's pretty glassy. Toxicroak's a little glassy too. Walrein's obviously not. I bait there thinking I can get to maybe I can get to move, but no. Damage is done. Maybe I can farm down. I got to shield the psychic. Does not matter. Game is over. So not much you can do there. Um, Double psychic. I've seen a lot of those now. Uh, not psychic. Double charm. Double charm. Double grass. Like grass hole. I've seen a couple times now. A lot of people are running with a double ghost, like I ran double ghost. A lot of people are running these ABB style teams. So registeel, this is great because this is what I want to see here, right? I want to see the registeel on a team because I got essentially 2+ counters for it. This is a great counter too because they cannot throw anything that's going to focus blast resisted, thunder, what's zap cannon resisted. Hit them with the super effective. There we go. I'm going to let this go. They didn't shields. I'm like, what do they have? They throw zap cannon, lower my attack, and out comes a Tapu Fini. So I'm like, oh, they're definitely running a double charm team. And so it's not a double charm team, it's a double fairy team. And it's a true double fairy team because it's an Azu in the back. So I lower their attack because I got a shield. It's going to be a Moonblast. I've already lowered their attack. No, I lowered their defense. So I'm going to shield this Moonblast. And now, because I lowered their defense, they're probably in Earthquake range. and then they're going to be in powder snow range, and then they're going to be the registeel's going to come back in powder snow range, and then out comes the Azu for um, try and take this down, but they have no shot because I have basically 2.5 answers for Azu, right? I got an Earthquake here. They need to throw Player off. They're not going to take me out in one move anyways. And then I can come in with a Nidoqueen and Poison Jab, Poison Fang, and then I have a Sludge Bomb on my Toxicroak. So that is it. While this plays out, that's a team. Again, I like it. Non-Excel, a little bit classy. Um, Toxicroak as a counter user. You can use other counter users. I like Toxicroak as a counter user because it's the half poison. So that kind of neutralizes fighting, and not fighting. It neutralizes fairy. And it resists fighting too. Is that the poison or is that the fighting that resists fighting? No, fighting doesn't resist fighting because the Machamp matchup is neutral. So that is a team. I'm going to keep playing around with non-Excel teams just because, again, I don't need to hit Legend this early. I kind of enjoy just playing and not having to wait a long time. I've already hit leaderboard twice this season, so that's fine. So that is it. As a team, let me know. A lot of people said they were interested in the covering like how to use this Pokemon. So I think I'll probably do that once I hit Legend, or maybe before. I don't know. We will see when I can do that because I want to like give you not only like cover like going over PV Poke and examples of like when I would switch in like matchups and when I would switch in and out, but also like some examples. So that is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.